conflict prevention and management from the perspective of enabling them to play a vital role in this area, both at national and regional level.
The report highlights the significant impact lawmakers can make in conflict management and prevention. Cognizant of that role of peaceful coexistence and social stability in nation building, members repeatedly emphasized the need to precisely manage and prevent conflicts in the sub-region. Members also noted the overwhelming support and involvement of women in peace building and conflict management, a move some consider to be a well-conceived one by the AU. As Africa thrives towards ensuring a continent free of conflict, lawmakers have also joined the campaign by adopting the report on the Regional Conference on Conflict Prevention and Management, held earlier in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. It is the regional resolve by African parliamentarians to ending wars, but one that would also require molding young minds to think peace. Samuel Ba, Grts.
The Department of Water Resources, in collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme, recently validated the draft document on low-carbon emission climate resilient development strategy. The document is designed to help the country leapfrog the carbon-intensive phase of development and move directly to cleaner rather and more advanced energy approaches. Fadu Janembai reports.
Have indicated that the projected increase in greenhouse gas emissions into the atmosphere in the 21st century will have detrimental and destructive effects on human and economic activities. It is for this reason and others that the Gambia produced and validated the low-emission climate resilient development strategy. The document, now a working tool for the Gambia through the Department of Water Resources, aims at helping the country leapfrog the carbon-intensive phase of development and move directly to cleaner and more advanced energy, transport, agriculture, waste management and natural resources solutions to the climate change challenge.
It is not too late to hold warming near 2 degrees centigrade and build resilience to temperatures and other climate impacts that are expected to still pose significant risks to agriculture, water resources, coastal infrastructure and human health. Adaptive measures such as building sea dikes, constructing climate-proof water infrastructure, developing early warning systems for small-scale farmers.
The paper calls for the formation of a new era of a harmonious relationship between the economic, social and long-term sustainability that shifts from a brown, contaminative and inefficient economy to a green one.
That is largely driven by a government policy package that promises to create new markets ranging from organic agriculture to sustainable forestry and technological advancement that takes into account environmental concerns.
Ves Lamour was the consultant hired to do the job. His presentation further reveals what the document encompasses, looking at the different sectors of the economy. Almami Kamara is the second analyst, energy and environment at UNDP, which is the funding body.
Mitigating and adapting to climate change is entirely compatible with pursuing development. Our experience at UNDP working on these issues over the past 2 decades indicates that the right mix of policies, skills, incentives, and influence can influence behavior and encourage investment in climate-friendly businesses and activities.
The Gambia is a least developed country, vulnerable to the impacts of climate change that we are not responsible for, but nonetheless, as a party and a member of the global community, we don't want to go through the mistakes of the developed countries.
Low-emission climate-resilient development is said to be gaining momentum globally as a new low-carbon route to development. The Gambia is thus looking forward to achieving the environment-related Millennium Goal by eliminating conflict between economic growth and environmental sustainability through policies that provide appropriate incentives capable of aligning economic, environmental and social goals. The other is the creation of awareness and understanding as well as encourage the population to be patient during the intertemporal trade-off between the short and long transition to green growth. Reporting for Grts News, I am Fatou Janembai.
The Office of the Inspector General of Police wishes to inform the general public that commencing Thursday, 19 December 2013, vehicles with tinted glass windows should not ply the road without authorization of the Inspector General of Police. In a similar development, the general public is also informed that all motorcyclists should before January 2014 get crash helmets to be worn when riding. The release adds that motorcyclists should also provide a crash helmet for their passenger. The Office of the Inspector General of Police wishes to remind the general public that anyone who fails to adhere to these regulations commits an offense and therefore will be dealt with according to law. All are urged to comply to avoid infringing the law. Campaigners are scaling up efforts to raise awareness of drug abuse and its impact on young people. The latest activity was organized by Africada and the International Organization of Good Templars. Uminjai tells us more.
And the International Organization of Good Templars and school pupils gathered at the Daddy Job Comprehensive School for a sensitization on the damaging effects of narcotic drugs in the form of tablets and sniffed materials. The culture of using narcotic drugs in the form of tablets and sniff materials has increased to an alarming rate in recent years, particularly among the youthful populace. Africada being an organization who set its sights on supporting and assisting school-going children of all ages and unemployed youths, and also at the fore of the fight against tobacco, alcohol and narcotic drugs, saw the need to sensitize youths on the effects of narcotic drugs.
The types of drugs that concern us today are: one normally termed as narcotics of illicit drugs. As stimulants, these drugs elevate mood, heighten alertness, increase energy, and feelings of well-being.
The principal of Daddy Job Comprehensive School stressed the importance of such gatherings to youths, noting that it will enhance their knowledge on the use of narcotics. Jallo further argued that early marriage should be put to an end, suggesting that all should join hands to ensure that girls are educated.
Girls at the age of 14, 12, 14, sometimes you are forced into marriage. Sometimes you arrange it yourselves too fast. You fly. I fly, but I don't fly fast. If you fly fast, you fly and land into early marriage. But what I'm trying to talk about is, what are the causes? Why are these things happening? Are young girls, vulnerable girls, being contracted into marriage very early? I have my students here who have been forced into marriage. I try to stop it, but I cannot.
Narcotic drugs, as she has just described them, the young people who are using them think that they can change their conditions of life, enjoy more of life while using them. And there are dangerous ones that have been made very, very, very cheap and accessible. That is called the Ross. You see a lot of the young people taking tablets or using a small bottle, putting it in their system and creating havoc in their whole physical system and mental system.
Africada and the International Organization of Good Templars are not only stopping at sensitizing youths on narcotic drugs, but they are also offering free dental care to students. Ominjai, GRTS.
Affecting Real Change Volunteers, a charitable UK-based organization, recently dispatched 60 volunteers to the Gambia for a week-long charitable activity. And as we hear in this report by Rohi Bite, the volunteers are expected to provide assistance to Gambian schools and hospitals, including planned renovation work on a 4-classroom block in Mandinari.
A United Kingdom Gambia registered charity has been operating in the Gambia since 2003, bringing development projects to Gambian schools and hospitals to improve standards. The organization recently donated a 40-foot container loaded with medical equipment worth $10 million to the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital. The organization is a group of 60 students from the Queen Ettenborgas College from the United Kingdom who first visited